Hey there, Ulti Zeta here. Welcome back to more Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. In the last episode, we killed the other tiny guy. So, Colossus is a bit of a group thing than like anything specifically. Alright, where is the next guy that we're going for? That away, apparently. Alright. So yeah, last episode we fought little tiny dude. And in this episode, we're going this way. There's that bridge in all of its bridginess. It's kind of funny to me that they were so interested in having these things be symmetrical that they didn't just extend, like, these... Well, not symmetrical, but, like, all equivalent. So they didn't extend, like, these bridge poles all the way down to the bottom. They, like, built extra support along that walkway. That's just funny to me, both in, like, a game design sense and also, like, in-universe sense of, like, whoever built the bridge. Because, like, my instinct would just be to have the pillars extend all the way down. But instead, they built new pillars up. I don't know. Just a little bit of funniness to me. Personal amusement. You know, one thing that kind of feels weird right now is the fact that I'm just kind of sitting here. Shadow of the Colossus to me is a game, when I think of it, I think of like, I don't think just of like, me, like the game itself. I also think of where I was. I think of my cousin's house, his room, sitting on his bunk bed, or like just the chairs in the room. I think of sitting downstairs in my basement with all the game systems set up and just being there. And it kind of reminds me, like, I kind of hate my current gaming setup to an extent. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, but it's right here by my computer. I barely ever leave my room anymore. Time was when I used to, like, want to play games, like, I had a laptop at the time, so it certainly was easy. But, like, it didn't affect recording in any way, but like for the longest time I would just all my game stuff was set up in my basement, which it doesn't necessarily need to be like, oh my god, I have to have a basement to play video games in. More so like I just miss the idea that I could have gaming stuff be kind of a little more separate. I kind of miss the idea of like just me being able to go someplace else to do these sorts of things. That's what I miss. I miss, like, just having that as a thing, a region. Like, I feel very stagnant right now in my room, in my space, because this is where I do everything. I play video games, I draw, I'm on my computer, because this is my computer, so I'm always connected. And even if I'm like, oh, I want to disconnect, like, I'm not going downstairs, because that's where, like, the rest of my family is, and I don't quite get along with most of them. Especially my mom. Though it's just a whole lot of unfortunateness, like, whenever I go downstairs, it's usually reluctantly or for a very short amount of time. Staying down there for any extended period of time is just going to cause me misery and more stress. And until I move out, that's pretty much going to be how it goes for me. I would love to move out, don't get me wrong, but very difficult to do so right now. Especially when I don't have a person to move in with. Because that is also a fairly important prerequisite for me. I think I would go crazy if I were living on my own entirely. I don't think I'd be able to manage it. But regardless, point is, I can't really disconnect from everything I've got going on. And I kind of hate that. I used to be able to. I used to be able to have, like, a space. But, like, now, even if I wanted to, my basement is, like, completely used as storage. The TV's gone, more or less. The last thing I think I'll ever be able to do in there was Heroes Return to Dreamland. Since I specifically reset up some stuff in there and tried to clean stuff out. And then after that, after Tor and I were done with that, things got brought back into that basement, and now it's once again completely unusable as a space for anything. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that. That's too tall of a cracked wall. This is where I'm going. Okay, I'm not quite in the light. This is not where I'm going? Okay, well, it's close enough. I mean, I'm going into the wall. Presumably that's through the temple thing here. I just miss being able to be like, I'm gonna go play video games, and that just not having to be specifically like, I'm still in my room in the same chair that I always am at my same desk with my computer right here, so I might as well stay connected and online and talking to people, and checking Blue Sky and all that jazz. It's like, I don't really get the appeal of, not in the sense of I don't understand it, but more so I just don't have that opportunity to. I am kind of just lacking a bit in the ability to have that disconnect. And I don't know. Is that? What? Is that in the game? Why am I hearing ding-dongs? Oh! This is one of those special things that got added into the remake. Okay. All that, and I couldn't, and it was because I couldn't figure out there's an entrance over here. I didn't even realize that was the game at first. I was like, wait, what was my computer making noise? It shouldn't be. What is that? And it was, like, so confusing to me. Okay, so that's one of, like, the new things added to this remake. There's, like, 79 of them or something. So that's neat. Really threw me for a loop, huh? Oh yeah, another thing I remembered just now about faster combat, which means faster swings, which means better combat, is that apparently for the first strike, if you don't have your sword out, you charge up faster. So if you're like on hand mode, right now, I don't have the sword out. So if you were to do that, then it's faster, although it's slower to put it away and then do it again. So like, it's only seemed to be for the first swing, but you know, it's something. Apparently. I don't know. Maybe I'm making a butchery and mockery of certain things, but... I don't know, it's something. Anyways, I'm very surprised there's no, like... Bottom... Bottom... I don't know. Like, you know, musical sting to indicate that we're in a Colossus area. Because guess what? We're in a Colossus area. In case it wasn't obvious. We're not in control in this cutscene. Hello, that's your giant hand. So, do you guys remember when I was like, wait, the beard guy is this early? I thought he was a late game dude. I was confusing him for him. For this one. The second him was this one. I thought this guy was beard guy. Because, you know, they're all kind of the same dude. In a sense. Remember when I joked that there was like... Or when I was talking about like developer nicknames and I was like, oh, there's there's one guy called Minotaur A and one guy called Minotaur B. This guy's Minotaur C. Minotaur A was the first dude, and Minotaur B was beard guy. So like all these guys were all kind of like designed around the same template. Anyways, you did a stomp earlier. Can you do another stomp, please? Close enough. We need him to do that so that he raises that platform and lets us get up here. Okay, so what do I do next? I remember that first step pretty clearly, but I don't remember immediately what else. I don't think we just grab onto him to start with. Doesn't look like there's any immediate footholds, but there's more stuff up here. Is there a part of his body to climb onto now, so that I can then reach up higher places? See, the speedrun just completely skipped everything about this guy, so I have no clue what I'm doing. Even though I watched this guy get fought. Like, they just, like, did, like, some weird wonky super jump and skipped basically everything, wound up on his head instantly, and just smashed him to death. Maybe while I'm in here... Aha! Yeah. Maybe? Yeah. Now we're up here. Get closer. Why did his eyes turn black? Hello? Ow. I thought we jumped from the center of the bridge, but we don't. One more swing. Yeah. Now there's one other sigil to get. Problem is, I'm not entirely sure how to do it. It's on his hand. Oh, that's how it works. Climb down. We need to get him to drop his club, and I believe that stabbing this little bit gets that to happen. Yeah. I'm trying to move to the right. I need to stab his hand one time. Yeah, there we go. Nice work. It was kind of tense there for a moment. Excellent. That guy also has an intimidating factor to him, but I just sucked it up. Just like I'm about to suck up these miasmas. He got sucked. And it was deadly. You know, when I don't go lizard hunting for a million years, these episodes don't wind up being super crazy long. That was less than 20 minutes, right? Approximately 20 minutes. But that's number 15. Only one remains. We're getting close to the end, everybody. Finally, the last Colossus. The ritual is nearly over. Thy wish is nearly granted. But someone now stands to get in thy way. Make haste, for time is short. I'll do my best, but I'm not in a rush or anything. Alright. Now, one thing I want to bring up about the original game is the UI is very slightly different. I've never been a fan of when, like, of a lot of certain UI changes, especially when it's, like, overly simplified stuff. Like, for instance, that was one of the things I absolutely hated about Pikmin 4. among everything else I absolutely hate about that game, was that, like, the UI of that game really, like, removed all the special fun bubble elements and, like, fonts and everything from the Pikmin games. And the end result was something that just kind of sucked. Like, it was technically more readable, but, like, it lost all the character. And I really didn't like that. I'm gonna see if I can climb this now. I probably can't. I do have a little more stamina, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I can stand on that. I'm gonna try and go as high as I can. But one thing that the UI of the original game stands out to me. Number one, for whatever reason they changed the color of the stamina bar. It used to be pink and now it's yellow. Yeah, I still can't make this. But it's kind of close. You just need way more stamina. Considering all the lizards I've been skipping, and apparently New Game Plus, like, still awards you, like, rewards for... still rewards you with stamina and health increases for killing Colossi. So if you do New Game Plus, you just start with more stamina and whatnot, so, like, you can more easily get that sort of thing. So I don't think that's really meant for, like, a first game playthrough sort of vibe. Which is fine. I just thought I'd see how high I could get. I've got the time to kill in this episode, after all. But yeah, so they changed that. Another thing they did change was also that it didn't used to be, like, I don't know, spoon-shaped. It used to be just a big circle that would just continuously grow into an even bigger circle. And kind of overlap with everything else around it. It was very funny. And in this one, they keep the circle the same size, and then they just jut out a new bar out of it. It's also on the right and not the bottom left this time. Although that one I'm a little more confused about, because the speedrun that I watched from PDO had it in the bottom left, and is that like an option? Oh yeah, I did find this. It shows you the fastest times you've done everything. It shows you the Colossi and whatnot, and I think it's real. It doesn't show you if you die during somebody, so, like, you know, this guy's only 17 minutes as opposed to anything else. And this guy is only 2 minutes instead of, like, I don't know, 5-ish. What I found really funny, though, was when I saw number 4. 21 minutes. Yeesh. Kinda goes to show how much of a mess it was. But yeah, there's stats, and that's pretty neat. This is how I've been doing. Settings. Display. Game. Tutorials. HUD options. Yeah, you can change the layout. Okay, that's neat. Well, I've kept it in the bottom right this entire time for now, but... So I'll keep it there for consistency's sake, but that is good to know that I can move it to the left if I really want to. Have it back to the way I'm used to. But, that's fine. Okay. Well, either way, I've meandered around a little bit. Bit of a soft ending to this episode, but whatever. Next episode, We're beating this game. It's been a fun road. It's been a fun journey. But it's time for it to come to a close.